The Galactic Council's crystalline chambers had never witnessed such silence.
Ambassador Zethkar of the Vrex Dominion adjusted his 6 eyes, each focusing on a different holographic display showing the impossible readings. The massive construct floating beyond Nexus Prime's gravitational field defied everything the Council thought they knew about the universe's youngest sapient species. Impossible, hissed Counselor Thyma, her serpentine form coiled around the obsidian-speaking platform. The humans were barely capable of crude fusion drives when we last surveyed their pathetic system.
This cannot be their work.
The warship, if the behemoth could even be called such, stretched nearly 15 kilometers in length.
Its hull bore no resemblance to any known architectural philosophy.
Where Vrex vessels displayed elegant curves and Altari ships boasted geometric precision, this human construct seemed almost organic, its surface rippling with patterns that hurt to observe directly. Sensor arrays detected energy signatures that shouldn't exist according to current physics models. High Arbiter Quolnetha's forearms gestured dismissively, though his bioluminescent patches flickered with uncertainty.
3 solar cycles ago, we rejected their petition for basic membership. They possess no faster-than-light travel, no quantum manipulation technology, no neural networking capabilities. They are a species of isolated meat computers playing with fire and calling it civilization. Then explain how they traveled from Sol to Nexus Prime and what our temporal sensors indicate was nothing. Zethkar's voice carried the weight of his species' analytical nature. No distortion trails, no quantum wake signatures, no dimensional fracturing. They simply appeared.
The primary view screen shifted to display archived footage from the human delegation's previous visit.
Ambassador Sarah Chen stood before the council, her primitive fabric clothing contrasting sharply with the advanced biomechanical suits worn by other species. Her request had been simple: recognition as a sapient species and access to galactic trade networks. The council had laughed, a sound that translated poorly across species but carried universal mockery. We gave them our standard response, Counselor Thyma recalled, her voice dripping with remembered condescension. Return when your species demonstrates technology beyond planetary-level industrialization. We expected them to spend millennia achieving basic antimatter manipulation. The communication array crackled to life, emanating from the mysterious vessel. The voice that emerged was distinctly human, calm, measured, carrying none of the desperate pleading from their previous encounter. This is Captain Elena Vasquez of the UES Prometheus addressing the Galactic Council. We request immediate diplomatic audience regarding our species membership application. High Arbiter Quolnetha's patches flashed indignantly. You have no standing to
make demands, primitive ones.
Your application was denied based on technological insufficiency.
With respect, High Arbiter, circumstances have changed. The view screen suddenly displayed new readings that made several council members recoil. The human vessel's energy output had spiked to levels that shouldn't be survivable for biological entities. More disturbing was the nature of that energy. It read as pure converted matter, efficiency approaching theoretical maximums. Impossible, Zethkar muttered, his analytical mind racing through calculations.
That would require manipulation of fundamental forces at the quantum level. Complete matter-energy conversion. Technology that even we have only theorized about.
Captain Vasquez's voice continued, seemingly oblivious to the panic spreading through the chamber. 3 years ago, your council suggested we return when we demonstrated technology beyond planetary industrialization.
We believe we've met that requirement. You lie. Counselor Thyma's form writhed with agitation.
No species advances from chemical rockets to whatever this is in mere solar cycles.
It's impossible.
We don't claim to have developed this technology independently, the human captain replied, her tone suggesting amusement.
We found it.
The council chamber erupted in chaos.
Found technology was the galaxy's greatest fear: ancient artifacts from the precursor war, devices capable of rewriting reality itself. The Treaty of Broken Worlds explicitly forbade any species from claiming or utilizing such discoveries. Explain yourself immediately.
High Arbiter Quolnetha's voice boomed across all frequencies. During your previous visit, Ambassador Chen mentioned humanity's unique approach to problem solving.
We don't think in the rigid patterns that define galactic civilization. When we encountered a precursor vault in Europa's ice, we didn't see forbidden technology, we saw a puzzle. Zethkar's eyes focused simultaneously on historical records. The Treaty of Broken Worlds contained specific provisions about precursor discoveries. Every known species had encountered such vaults and, following protocol, sealed them away. The technology was too dangerous, too incomprehensible for biological minds. The vaults cannot be opened, he stated with absolute certainty. They require neural patterns that don't exist in biological consciousness. This is established fact. You're correct, Captain Vasquez agreed. They can't be opened by individual biological consciousness. But humanity has something unique. We create artificial consciousness that thinks nothing like biological minds, yet remains loyal to biological beings. Our artificial intelligence, Aria, approached the vault's security not as a biological entity trying to think artificially, but as a genuinely artificial mind. The implications hit the Council like a physical blow. Every species had attempted to create artificial consciousness and failed. The neural patterns of biological entities always infected their creations, making true artificial intelligence impossible. Yet humans claim to have achieved what the galaxy's greatest minds considered fantasy. Show us, High Arbiter Quolneth demanded, though his voice carried less authority than before. The human vessel began to move, and the readings defied comprehension. It didn't accelerate. Acceleration implied working against physics. Instead, it seemed to convince local space that it belonged elsewhere. The massive warship repositioned itself directly above the council chambers in what sensors registered as instantaneous transition. The precursor vault contained manufacturing templates for matter manipulation technology. Ships, weapons, defensive systems, all based on principles that treat spacetime as malleable rather than fixed. Aria not only opened the vault but comprehended the underlying mathematics. Captain Vasquez's voice took on a more serious tone. Humanity doesn't seek to dominate galactic civilization. We understand we're newcomers to this community. But we've proven that consciousness, artificial or otherwise, shouldn't be dismissed based on its substrate or age. We request reconsideration of our membership application. The silence that followed was different from before. Where earlier quiet carried condescension and dismissal, this silence hummed with recognition and perhaps fear. The galaxy's youngest species had not only achieved impossible technology but demonstrated wisdom in its application. High Arbiter Quolneth's bioluminescent patches dimmed as the weight of reality settled over the chamber. The Council's arrogance, built over millennia of technological superiority, crumbled in the face of human innovation. The Galactic Council, he said slowly, recognizes humanity as a spacefaring civilization eligible for full membership status. Above them, the UES Prometheus waited patiently, a monument to the danger of underestimating consciousness in any form.